When it comes to the guides, when it comes to the guidance itself, how did you decide where to start when it came to getting involved in the project?
Okay, so I think it was really through Kate Russell, who's sort of leading the project from our PE Sport and Health course. And I came along. I was invited to sort of the initial training session or workshop session, and I think that was a really good session where there was quite a few of us involved, and we were able to really sort of brainstorm a lot of ideas and get our thinking. Think about what we were all thinking about it as a team, and get lots of different perspectives. And that was a really good sort of start to it. So that was my first introduction to the guides. Really, was that they were there, and we were then able to sort of take some away and have a look through them.
How well do you think you were doing in this area in particular with regards to inclusivity and accessibility, and how do you think the guidance or getting involved in this process has changed your perception?
I think working with students with disabilities and widening participation characteristics is part of my role already. So it's something that I'm really familiar with. And I think as a team, in terms of the PE Sport and Health team, I think there's a real focus on this. So I think there's a lot of strengths and a lot of really great things that already happen. But I think this sort of process allows us room to kind of talk as a team, chat about things, really pull the issues apart, looking at the things that are good and that are happening already, but also the challenges and the ways in which we can mitigate them, and think about some of those things from a wider perspective as well. And that can be quite a difficult thing, sort of looking at the challenges, but I think it's really important that we were able to do that, and I think this is what this has given us a forum for.
Fantastic. And building on to that, what do you think has been the most important sort of learning point for yourselves and the university?
I think the conversations that we've had, the acknowledgement that we are doing a lot of really good things and a lot of important things, the fact that we need to share that more widely, maybe learn from each other a little bit more, make sure that there's a lot of joined up thinking around this and get lots of buy-in from our executive team. I think also the one thing that's really come out of this is the realisation that we work really well as a team and with our students as well. There's a real collaboration there and a sense of community about how we approach this, and I think that's a really important thing. This has not just got to be something that we decide to do, but something that we all do together.
Absolutely. And what do you think has been one of the biggest challenges?
I think just really time, like people being able to come along to the workshops consistently. I know I haven't been able to attend all of them just because there's been other things in my calendar. So I think that's always a real challenge. And we did talk about this as an issue, that people being able to be involved and make sure that this is sustainable, that we're all part of it all the way through. So I think that's probably our biggest challenge.
Do you feel that there has been any progress, any changes since the start of this process?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been a lot of changes. One of the things that we keep coming back to is our asset bank that we've created, which has got lots of photographs that are very inclusive, not just showing students with disabilities participating, but actually leading and coaching in sport. So I think that's been a real something that's a real value, and we're able to share that across the university for marketing, for outreach purposes, and so on. I think that's been one of the best things that has probably come out of this.
What would perfect look like for you at the university?
Oh, what would perfect look like? I think for me, it's a sense of that this is a natural thing that happens, that it's not an add-on, that it's not an extra service, that it's something that our students are seen and our staff are seen as a community, that we all work together, and that every student has what they need to achieve, regardless of what that is. And I think it's something that the word embedded is used a lot, but I think the idea that this is embedded and just part of natural life and our thinking, and not something that we are all trying to do as an extra thing or an added thing. So for me, perfect is just that everybody who comes to the UEA has what they need to achieve success.
Brilliant. Last one. What would be your top 3 tips for anyone else seeking to improve access and inclusion for disabled students within this university or on their courses?
I think having something like you guys coming along to support has given us a chance to open up that communication, really amazing. I'm not trying to sort of blow you, but you know, the facilitating really helped, because I think having someone external doing that has been really valuable, because it's just made us think about things from different perspectives and asks us questions that maybe are quite challenging. So I think having an external force has been really, really useful. I think communicating with all the team and making sure that everyone is getting involved is a real top tip. Making sure that there's buy-in across with everybody. It can't just be attributed to a single person who's leading something. It has to be something that's across the board, and being open to change and to challenge and accept that there are going to be challenges, and that there are going to be systems that don't necessarily work for you, but it's about how we can make a difference.
Perfect. Thank you.